Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the ACG Best of the Best Southeast Asian Group Stages. Here we have Mineski versus Sahara, Zero Latitude in game number 3 of the Best of 3 series. It's been so much fun casting for you guys. This has been an excellent series thus far. Sahara struck first with an excellent game all over the map, just doing whatever they could, like in split pushing however they could, just having great play coming out from them and their Invoker player, obviously Diviz. The second game came around, Mineski said, let's do this, let's do our own thing right now, let's carry this to the late game. They had great play from Awa coming through on that Spectre player, and boom, they took it to a third game. So here we are, Game 3 draft. We're a bit late already, that's my fault, my apologies. But thank you for joining us here on BTS 2, Beyond the Summit 2. I'm not sure how the games went for LD and Lysander. They might be done, they might not be, but that channel might still be going over on BTS 1. If someone could check that out for me, that'd be great. So you can check that action over there. Obviously, this action's still going on. My name is Mont. It's a pleasure to cast for you here. Always love watching Southeast Asian Dota. Started out with it doing GEST, the challenge for Dota Talk, about 2 or so years ago. So I've been watching a lot of SEA Dota in the meantime. Mineski, big names, Pinoy Dota, always fun to watch. But, man, Sahara, you gotta love the way they played. Obviously, they couldn't win because of the late game scenario they had in the previous game, but this game, they've got the Ember Spirit, they've got the Rubik, they've got a winning draft combination. Invoker and Nyx Assassin coming out. No sort of, I guess you could say, Rat Dota with the Nature's Prophet this time around. Spectre Haunt, no IO, no kind of global strategy. Mineski want to win in their own way this time around. It's the Invoker and the Nyx Assassin that will do it for them. So, I mean, you can't really complain about that, though. You think about,
10 seconds
you saw it for 2 games, and you say, well, maybe this is kind of stale. And they barely won with the second game. The first game, they didn't necessarily get trounced, but they had a rough game. It was a bit of a comeback coming up from Sahara. Sahara with the Ember Spirit, though, I'm scared to see what Amazing can do on that hero if he's playing over even Diviz, as he's played very well. Diviz had a rough game on that Storm Spirit last game, but Jay did a lot of work, too. Jay, I think, has been the MVP for Mineski thus far. Awa had a great game, but that just comes with the territory when you're playing carry and you're playing a Spectre who's farmed at about 30 to 40 minutes. So now we'll see really who's got the balls to bring this to a third game and take the victory here. Who can put their brass on the table and say, listen, let's duke it out and let's win. And we'll find out in just a moment. So, ACG Best of the Best. Big shout-outs to them for allowing me to cast, as well as BTS. Remaining. It's been a pleasure. A couple bands coming through. The Centaur Warrunner.
5 seconds
The
remaining.
Bristleback, which we saw previously tonight. Timbersaw, as well as the Clockwork, Visage, Shadow Shaman, the Slark, and the Elder Titan. You look at what they have. You have an Invoker and an Nyx Assassin. It's probably your support in your mid. Nyx Assassin, like I've said, could theoretically be offlane, but not sure if Mineski want to run it that way. Pick up another support here. Pick up a carry here. Pick up an offlaner here. Clockwork would have been a nice option, as well as Timbersaw. Those aren't in the pool. Nature's Prophet still is, but the way this game and series has been going, I'm not sure if they want to go that path. They go for the Mirana. Could be a safe lane farming Mirana in the tri-lane. Could be an off-lane Mirana with Leap. Pounce is really nice to have. Leap's really nice to have. Get out of the bad scenario. Not really sure, though, where they're going to lane it up just yet. With the Rubik and Ember Spirit, though, strong pickup. Rubik telekinesis into the Searing Chains can do a bit of damage with the Flame Guard and Ember Spirit just wailing on you. So, a lot of lockdown coming down from Sahara here. Same goes for Mineski. You think about Tornado, you think about Impale, you think about Arrow. It's going to come down to who can hit these abilities. Arrow's a bit harder to hit. Obviously, it's one of the few ones that's actually... all of these aren't necessarily targeted when you think about Tornado, Impale, and Arrow, but... it certainly is difficult. Sahara. They go straight for my heart. They pick up the Dazzle, and who doesn't love seeing this hero? Poison Touch, Shallow Grave, just so much fun plays to be had with this hero. I know Zero is a big fan of it as well. Just a great fun hero all around. A lot of healing potential. The Weave is so great to have. That plus armor, minus armor difference is excellent. Poison Touch, good for ganking as well. Requires a bit of levels, and mana seems to be an issue from time to time, but other than that, he can do well. He's a strong support. Doesn't have the lockdown that many other supports have, doesn't have that ganking ability that many other supports have, but nonetheless, still a strong hero. Mineski say, well, we let it get to the 4th pick, we might as well pick it up now, and if there's one pick I don't like, it's the Nature's Prophet, not because it doesn't fit in the lineup, not because it's not going to win them the game, but it's just because I think I've seen enough of it tonight to say, okay, that's enough, but... we'll see who's playing it. Jesse Vash played it last time. Had an okay time with it. Jay really kept him in the game in the first game. So, Zero Latitude, Sahara, they're going for Slardar. They know what they want to do, and it seems to be an aggressive tricore. You know, you have a tri-lane with Slardar, Rubik, Dazzle, and all of a sudden that seems pretty gross. You have an Ember Spirit, maybe mid, maybe solo safe lane.
Remaining.
It depends on how they want to lane this. Rubik and Dazzle and aggressive
5
tri-lane might not be
seconds
the best. There's not that much damage early on from a Rubik or a Dazzle. Rubik's only got telekinesis. His Fade Bolt won't level up until level 2. You might not get that level until a little bit later, maybe a minute or two. Dazzle has that poison touch, but you won't have Shallow Grave. You won't have, obviously, your Shadow Word. It's the Shadow Wave, excuse me. The Slaughter Slithering Crush is good, but you got to get in position for it with a sprint or something along those lines, which makes you take extra damage, obviously. So the question is, do they lane this aggressively? Do they lane this defensively and just allow Slaughter to get farmed? 9 times out of 10, when you see a Slaughter, there's a good chance he's going to be in an aggressive tri lane just because it disrupts the flow of the game. With Mineski, though, and with Sahara, I'm not really sure myself. However, they have a lot of options available to them. With 36 seconds left in reserve time right now for Mineski, they've got a ban to pick. And at this point, I'd say it's going to have to be something that maybe is good in a solo lane. Because I think the hero that they're going to... Yeah, and that's fine. Templar Assassin works
Radiant
just well.
team ban.
Because Ember can go mid. He's susceptible to ganks then because he doesn't have that Fire Remnant at level 6, or until level 6, I should say. And the question is, what do they want to pick up on the Ember? I know TC's a big proponent of getting those Arcanes up early on, but other people don't like picking up Arcanes. They go for Phase Boots. Ember Spirit does have some mana issues. Bottle does rectify that to a certain extent, but Arcanes is really the way to go.
Reserve time.
If you want to rectify, obviously, those issues. And that's going to be another issue, is Invoker can hit EMPs, and Ember might have a tough time because of it. So it comes down to positioning and play, and where they're going to lane him. There's no mid yet for Mineski, so they can still lane that Ember there. But as a melee hero... Actually, excuse me, they have an Invoker. What am I talking about? I'm sorry. Against an Invoker, Ember should do okay. Invoker should have a good time with Cold Snap. But Ember can wreck him, especially if he goes for Sleight of Fist. It's a good build. Not many people like to build Sleight of Fist against an Invoker or against any real mid, but... especially Shin Chains as well as Flame Guard. Flame Guard 2 against an Invoker is very nice to have. And the question is, what do they pick up for their next support for Mineski? Because you know that that off-lane Nature's Prophet's going there. Mirana's going to be in a lane with the next Assassin. They've got to have something to start off with. Shadow Demon might be that hero. We've seen it before. Shadow Demon next Assassin works well with the Mirana as well with Soul Catcher. There's no Rubik to combine up with an arrow. They can go for a Bane, but that is kind of old hack. People know how to play against that now and just take the Nightmare away from the hero that it was targeted with. So... there's a couple of options. Even a Crystal Main's available. Crystal Main and Mirana's still a decent lane. And with an Assassin, too. Against an aggressive trial lane, it might not be the best. Because you can't do as much as you would like to. But it's certainly okay, as long as you could survive. Frostbite's good for stopping any sort of aggression. Well, they have to think quickly, though. They only have 13 seconds left to reserve time right now. And that's a bit of an issue.
10 seconds.
They'll go for the Alchemist, and how could I forget? The old standby. Now that makes his team that much more scary. Mineski's now looking real strong with that Alchemist pickup. Nyx Assassin stun, Alchemist stun, into the Nyx Assassin stun, or into the arrow, or vice versa, and what have you. Just stuns all over the place. Nature's Prophet can TP in at a moment's notice. And now if you're thinking, if you're Sahara, you definitely, I don't think, go aggressive. I think you have to go defensive here. Have the Dazzle and Rubik roam around. Try to get a couple of kills in that mid lane Invoker. Try to accomplish something. The Dazzle kind of throws a wrench in that. They go for the Weaver. With Shallow Grave, this Weaver is going to be not necessarily unkillable, but it's going to be tough to deal with. He's going to be played by the offlaner, Liberi Fatali, and that's not a huge surprise, I think, to anybody. A good 5th pickup for sure. A bit squishy. If he gets hit with an arrow, he's dead. That's pretty much it. Like I said, unless you hit a Shallow Grave. So there's a whole lot of ifs and buts and what have yous here in this game, but it really comes down to this game and this game alone. Pride is on the line here in the group stages for ACG Best of the Best, the SEA group stages. It's Mineski versus Sahara. It's a best of 3, and it is the third BTS. I want to thank you all for joining us. It's been a pleasure casting for you thus far. Didn't necessarily feel too good in that second game, but I'm back with a vengeance here in this third game. We will have a pause, as there is a bit of a disconnect coming out from the orange player. As we'll jump into our in-game overlay. One crash. Big shout out to LD, as well as Lysander for casting on the other side of the bracket, or the group, if you will. Casting some other games tonight. Not sure if those games are done, like I said earlier, but I'm sure they're providing some great entertainment concerning how those games went. Earlier on, we had Scythe versus Ideal. I don't want to spoil anything there in case you guys missed it. But Pretty quick series, nonetheless. Pretty quick series is all I'll say. Going to the water closet, says somebody. It's so strange to hear that. Bathroom is just the preferred nomenclature here in America. Or restroom, even, if you're trying to be polite. I guess if you say bathroom, it's a little bit indecent. But then again, most phrases are here in America. So, it's about, I'd say, 3:45 my time. A bit late here, but wouldn't miss it to bring you Southeast Asian Dota action. And trust me, I just love watching and casting Dota. It's a pastime of mine, honestly. So to see these games kind of happen, to have these series go through, it's a bit of a dream to see really great games, back and forth action happening. And just to be able to call it for you was great. So far, Sahara, they were the underdogs. If you looked at Join Dota, 95% going the way of Mineski. Sahara only had 5% coming out from the community. And they've taken it to a Game 3. Technically, they won that first game, so they're in Game 3 now, and we'll see, with this lineup, can they get it done? The Slardar and the Dazzle are going to be pickups that I'm going to be questioning. I'm not sure if anybody, I think if they lose this game, it might be the fault of them. Whereas you look at Mineski, and they just have a well-rounded, just standard lineup. You would see this lineup in any sort of Dota game. This is a bit more, I wouldn't say aggressive, but risky is the word I would use. Ember, sure. Good hero. Standard hero. Weaver, great. Rubik, excellent. Slaughter, okay. Dazzle, then you're starting to get into the questionable territory. Antico and Phoenix may have been the two players that I think have had the roughest time thus far for Sahara. So, with the way Amazing has been playing, though, which has been amazing, and that is a pun intended, you guys can deal with it, I think that they can take this game off of Mineski. Mineski, all they have to do is play their game. Hit arrows, roam with Alchemist and Nyx, get Nyx to 6, get Vendetta ganks going, have Jay have an excellent time. He's going Exhort Quas, so he's not going to have EMP Tornado. He's not going to have that initiation. He's not going to have that team fight, and that's something to keep in mind, which means he might even go for a Midas just to be able to catch up and to get those Wex levels. Jesse Vash, he's got to play a better game than the first one, or the second one, excuse me, because he had a 15-minute Midas, and was one of the reasons they were, I think, in that game for so long. And I am being critical, obviously, but this is a game they need to win. In fact, this is a game they both need to win. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything is good on your end. No frames have been dropped. Hopefully microphone's fine. Everything's good to go. And we jump into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3, Sahara versus Mineski. SEA, best of the best, ACG, Asian Cyber Games. On the side of Mineski, Ao is going to be on the farming Rana in that safe trial lane. G will be on the Nyx Assassin support. We'll have Quay on the Alchemist this time around, playing the support. Mid lane, it looks like it's going to be Jay on the Invoker going for Exhort first, and Jesse Vash will be on the Nature's Prophet. Looking at their items real quick, they gave them a Sentry, they gave them a Serve Reward to Jesse Vash right now. He's got a set of Tangos, Boots, and a Clarity. Jay sitting on that Null Talisman, 2 Tango shared, and 2 GG branches. We've seen that build before, pretty much standard. Awa, going to be going for an early Aquila if possible. Probably just a Basilius at first, maybe into an Aquila later, depending on how the game goes. No GG branches for the Alchemist, not that he needs them, just getting some regen up there. On the other side of things, for Sahara, the underdogs, Phoenix is going to be on the Dazzle. Up in this top lane, it is going to be an aggressive tri lane. Indigo is going to be on the Rubik. Amazing will be on the Slaughter. In the mid lane, Ember Spirit, played by Naviz. And down in that solo safe lane, Liberi Fatali, going to be on the Weaver. So, I was surprised they're going to do this aggressive tri lane. This is going to be a tough lane, I think. You do have Dazzle, you do have the Rubik, you have that ranged initiation, you have the damage from Slardar. The question is, you also have all of these disables you have to worry about. If they miss them, capitalize on it. Otherwise, you've got to be careful. Luckily, they start off with a bang. They get a double damage from Dazzle. He's in heaven right now. Let me tell you, he is in heaven. They're going to go into this aggressive tri lane and try to get a kill as quickly as possible here. Try to set something up with this DD. Otherwise, it's a waste, and maybe they shouldn't even tri lane altogether. On the other side of things, Nature's Prophet versus the Weaver. Weaver is going to eat this lane alive. The mid lane, even matchup here. Goes for Flame Guard first. No big surprise. Top lane, though. Amazing. Sitting on the creep wave. Phoenix looking for a Poison Touch potentially. They're backing off. They know he got that DD. They ping on him. They see it there. And that DD has been spotted out. If they come forward, they probably die. Amazing has no sprint just yet. He is only level 1. They throw down the sentry ward. It is just not in range of this observer here. Well-placed observer just to give them vision. Awa getting harassed with the right click of the Rubik. Phoenix not in range of his own. Amazing is getting free farm because of this. You look at what G's doing, though. He's already pulling. Not chain pulling, however. It's going to push back out, and the wave will get pushed real quick back to this tower here. Mid lane, Invoker, still farming away, going for Exhort. He's already got Sunstreak. He wants to be a part of ganks. With long duration arrows, he certainly can be. He's already got 6 last hits, 5 denies. The Ember Spirit not getting much out of this lane already. He's trying to pull the wave back. Looks like it's going to be another last hit missed for him. Getting caught out of position, the Rubik might get impaled, might get arrowed. Arrow's going to fly through. It is going to hit on Indigo. Nice shot. G, Impale's going to go through. Sunstrike's going to fly as well. Misses. No, it hits just barely. Indigo getting impaled. They want this kill. The right click will go to G. The last hit goes to him as well. Nice kill. Nice arrow coming out from Awa. That's what I was talking about. You walk through this path, there's only one real way he's going to get out. So he can't juke back and forth if he doesn't know the arrow's coming through. And that's what it is. That's the lockdown there. The Sunstrike came through. That's exactly what I was talking about. To top it all off, they'll get a victory regen rune. Thank you, Based Ice Frog.
Regeneration.
So, despite Amazing getting a lot of CS, getting more free farm than Awa is, they pick up the first blood. Indigo's a little frustrated, but they'll walk it off, and they might be able to get back into this one. 1 kill does not equal the lane lost. If they continue to pull and get more experience for the supports like they're doing now, then absolutely. If they continue to pull and get kills, then absolutely. Then you have to think about rotating that tri-lane down bottom or just roaming around with Phoenix and Indigo. As it stands right now, the game's still pretty close despite that 1 kill going their way. But Unstable Concoction is going to get charged. They're trying to aggress here. It's going to hit on Amazing. He's pretty tanky. It's only level 1 and stable, so not doing much. Awa taking damage there. Telekinesis on G. They're a little caught out. Sprint's going to go through, but they're not going to go for this kill. They would have to die for it. So they're not hitting the right buttons here. They're not really, you could see they were kind of splitting off in every which direction, and that's the issue. One person goes that way, the other goes this way, and all of a sudden you've got miscommunication being a problem. Checking back in the mid lane, 15 last hits coming out for Jay right now. He takes, of course, the Searing Change. Flame Guard's going to go as well, and Aviz wants to try to grab Rune Control. He does have that bottle already done. That bottom lane, Liberi's only at 10 last hits right now, not winning the lane as much as I thought he would. With Shikuchi, it's still a pretty long cooldown at level 2. 10 seconds is a bit. But he can still take this lane pretty effectively against Jesse Vash, who's trying to get to his phase boots early, like I talked about in the first game. G getting hit up with that Siege Creep. Awa maybe looking for an arrow as well. Level 2 arrow. Going to level the arrow instead of Starstorm, which is interesting. You get more of that damage from Starstorm than you would the arrow, but arrow's fine as well. As long as you have that 1 point and leap, it's fine. Liberi taking a bit of right-click damage. Has to salve up. Actually, Jesse's doing very well in this lane. Whenever he's not Shikuchi, he's getting right-clicked harassed, and that's a problem. Not much action to speak of as of right now. Team's still farming away. And oftentimes, people think that tri-lane versus tri-lane matchups are bloodbaths, but there are many times where it's just positioning. Whoever makes the air first wins the matchup, essentially, or at least wins the fight at that period of time. And right now, there's only been a couple of mistakes made, if any. So not that much aggression coming out from this aggro tri-lane. My camera's pointed up here for the most part just because, well, that's the majority of the heroes there. Jay taking another Searing Chain. He also takes a Sleight of Fist as well. We'll see how he leveled that up. Looks like it's probably 1-1-1 as of right now. 3 points to the Flame Guard, so he'll max that first top lane. Maybe some action happening. Looks like there was an arrow on Amazing. Awa trying to get out. Just barely going to survive, maybe. Slithering Crush is available. Is he going to dive? No. He realized the tower going to do too much damage to him. He backs his way out of there.
Thanks.
So just a close call again. They could have gotten maybe a kill there, but Awa's going to salve up. He'll be fine. He'll go again. Maybe just a couple of seconds. Quay, he's got an Unstable. He's going to charge it and pale up on Phoenix. Caught out of position, arrowed. What is he doing there? Unstable will stun himself, but you look at that and you're just like, what are you thinking, man? Why are you there? He's trying to set up for a kill maybe with a poison touch, but instead he gets stunned and he gets arrowed, and that's just it. So 2-0 for Mineski right now, and they're leading. They're feeling pretty good. Phase boots are now done for Nature's Prophet, working on getting towards his Midas here. Once he gets that Midas, then it's trouble, because Jesse Vash had a rough time in that off lane last game. This time around, they're not harassing him. Fatality's trying to push him back, but not doing that much. Shikuchi will do damage. He's trying to get there. He's not going to get it. The Shikuchi damage won't go, and That's actually a big deal. Smoke ain't coming out, and this is what they needed. And they needed to roam. They needed to get the solo experience for Slaughter. They needed to get experience. They needed help win that mid lane. But they had the same idea, as you can see from G. Ward is placed. They know this is happening right now. They're going to try to go on J anyways. It's not going to work. Snuffed out. Impale misses. Nothing going for either side. Slaughter's alone now. They should know this. Unstable should fly. If they hit an unstable and an arrow, that's maybe a kill and amazing. He is rather tanky, but not that tanky. Flame Remnant going to come out. Going to be right on that side of the lane. There it is, unstable, but the arrow flew as well. Impale long range, nice Impale hitting up. Is there enough damage? Starstorm absolutely nice leap away from the Slithering Crush. Mirana grabs the kill as well. Have the presence of mind just to say, there's a Slithering Crush coming. I don't want to get hit by that. Gets the kill on top of it. 3 quick kills for Mineski. They're starting to not necessarily run away with the game, but they're doing real well. Jay's still going for Quas Exhort. Forge Spirits level 4 are going to be a nuisance when split pushing comes around. Sleight of Fist going again. Not doing much. It's only level 1 as you can see, but the farm, the discrepancy. 24 last hits for the Ember Spirit. Now he's getting Cold Snap. He'll Flame Guard just to avoid a lot of the damage there. Back up, try to kill the Forge Spirit. Forge Spirit doing a decent amount of work. Maybe if he hits a Sunstrike, he gets a kill, but can't really do that without a Cold Snap. Sleight of Fist going again for the Ember, or at least Fire Remnant. I'm not sure. Something did. Down to that bottom lane, Livery. Getting room to farm. It looks like Jesse Vash had to head back home. Picks up the Gloves of Haze. And we'll TP back down to that bottom lane. Livery's trying to maybe go for Midas, it seems, and that's fine. Decent item to get him into the game. Get him closer to that Linken's a little bit quicker, as well as to maybe a Desolator or an MKB, whatever you would like to go on that Weaver. So, amazing continuing to CS, just fine up at the top lane. But you look at the Mirana, she's caught up. She's actually ahead of the Slaughter by a bit now. By 4 last hits, and 11 denies going her way too. Smoke Gank roaming through, trying to find out the Ember Spirit. It's going to be a tough kill. Flame Guard, Fire Remnant might be difficult. There's going to be the usage of the Unstable. Impale as well. Cold Snap, easy kill coming through. Textbook, plus the Midas is on its way for Jay. Well played there. I'd use my chat macro if I could, but sadly I cannot. So now there's no question that Jay has won this lane. They'll try to do some damage, if not take down this tier 1 tower. Give the solo experience to Alwa, who's at phase boots already. They're leaving Libri alone, but they don't really care about that. They're really caring about this tier 1 tower and how much gold it's going to give them. Fortification's going to fly. Roaming through is going to be Phoenix as well as Indigo. But as of right now, this team looks like it's a far cry from the team from the first game, from Sahara. It looks as if they're confused. They're not on the same page. They're missing a lot of their abilities. This aggressive trialing was questionable at best. Game's not over, but Mineski looks super confident this game. Jesse Vashk and Quay are going to back off and head back home. Medallion's already done at 8 minutes for the Alchemist. He's got enough money to buy a TP as well, so they'll start getting things going here in a moment, it seems. Mixed Assassin with Arcanes as well. He'll get towards level 6, and Vendetta will be a big help, a big boon, if you will. Look at how much they're leading in levels by. I mean, it's significant. The good thing is for Liberty, he does pick up that Midas right now for level 8, and he's in a position where at least he can help his team carry this to victory. Slaughter's only at 4, only with treads. And Mirana's not too far ahead, but actually she is. Level 7, surprisingly enough. I didn't think it'd be that far, but she's going to get telekinesis and brought down immediately. No follow-up. I'm not sure what that was about. Looks like some more miscommunication there. G's here. Ready to go at a moment's notice. Still no Vendetta yet, but 4 heroes to gank in this top lane. Invoker's even arrived. He's got Cold Snap skilled up. They have a ward there, so they're going to back off. Just an easy pick-off just to realize, hey, we see them up there. Nice ward placement. Instead, they might just push down this tower. Nature's Prophet pushes out the Weaver. He's down in, of course, the well. And we'll continue on here at 10 minutes in. The graph. 4,000 gold lead for Mineski right now, and a 2,000 experience lead. That first game doesn't seem to be bothering them anymore. They've gotten it together, and they're going to look to try to carry this to victory. Ember Spirit coming up into that top lane. He's got a regen rune. It's dangerous. Arrow does miss. They might even keep going. They take the tier 1 tower. Looks like they will. Awa's still making his way towards the tier 2. Ember Spirit's here ready to fight with Flame Remnant. Already we've transitioned into 5 versus 5 Dota at 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Unfortunately, nobody drew the first blood, so they will back off and allow Liberty to farm in that bottom lane. He'll make his way towards his Linken Sphere. Probably a Linken Sphere as soon as possible. So Midas now done for the Nature's Prophet. not too late considering he did go for phase first. Really good time, actually. 10 minutes for Jesse Vash. And once again, it also looks like he put that game behind him. Had a rough game in that second one. Doesn't matter. Get your Midas quick and start being a factor in the game. Awa sitting at 2,000 gold already. The Slaughter, only 1,000. Poison Touch is going to go. Phoenix hasn't done much up until right now. Still can't do anything here. Only level 1 Poison Touch. This Dazzle pick is not working for them. This draft seems to be questionable at the very best. 1,000 gold for the Ember Spirit. Looks like he's going to be picking up these Arcanes real quick. Arrow does hit up on Amazing, but Awa can't do much. There's no follow-up there. Arcanes are done. The TC style of build, which I will call it. After one of my favorite players. Roshan being taken down. Medallion of Courage, you should expect this. The Furion Treants are going to be tanking that up. Jay's got the Forge Spirits to go as well. And suddenly that's a quick Roshan at about 2 or 12 minutes, excuse me. So, wow, nice Impale. Nivis gets hit up with that. Going to be going for Drum next. Arcane Drum, standard build for an Ember Spirit. The move speed, the attack speed, the what have you. The Arcane boost to get the mana, and you're feeling good about yourself. But they're not feeling good about an Invoker Aegis. That is certainly what they're not feeling good about. Ring of Health coming out for the Mirana, as you can see. Looks like it may be the start of a Perseverance, I'd imagine, into a Lincoln Sphere, maybe. Not sure what else it would be. TP mid. Tier 1 tower is already gone. Not sure what they're trying to do there. Down bottom, though. Liberi getting caught out. Time-lapse not used. No dust, it looks like, on either of these heroes. So we'll just try to be a nuisance and be aggressive and try to push them all back. Coming through the jungle is going to be G. He has Vendetta now. He's ready to go. But still, not going to be easy to take down Liberi. While that's all happening, top lane's getting pushed in by Nivis and the rest of Sahara here. So, Tier 1 versus Tier 1 trade is going to be the story of the game here. Impale does hit on Vitality. Sunstrike's going to go as well. He hits it. Nice play. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't think they'd be able to get that kill, but with a nice Impale coming through on a Weaver who wasn't Shikuchi, they hit up the Sunstrike as well. Although they do trade Tier 1 for Tier 1. They could have TP'd and maybe saved that and continued to push, but instead they're going to go for Tier 2, knowing that they have the better push scenario here. Amazing's got a TP back home. That's a problem. This Tier 2 tower is now free for the taking here. Blink Dagger done for the Slardar. They need help at this Tier 2, though. Look at the Treants, look at the Forge Spirits. They're going to keep pushing this tower down. Acid Spray going to lower the creeps as it gets there. They'll try to trade for the Tier 2 up in the top lane, but they won't be able to push as fast with what? A Rubik, an Emperor, and of course Dazzle. That's not going to do much. They'll fortify, they'll back off now. In the meantime, they take down this Tier 2 very fast. They TP up to the top lane with Jesse Vash, maybe looking to try to fight here. Nivis was covering the retreat path. Doesn't matter. G's here, places the ward, no sentries here like in the last game. Can maybe Vendetta around. And he will. Looking for Indigo, making sure he's hoping he walks out in front like this. Indigo will back off instead. Maybe Liberi, though. They're going to try to go. Jay's here, cuts off the path of the creeps, and that kind of tips them off, I think. So they'll back off. Or will they? Vendetta's only going to last for a short time longer. It's its first level, so until you get level 2, level 3 Vendetta, your Vendetta duration's very, very short. You've got to be careful for when you use it. Indigo throwing up the Fade Bolt, trying to push this back. And the damage reduction is nice as well. Liberi getting more time to farm with that Midas, but once again, Mineski just they want to push. More power to them too. All the Tier 1s are gone. Slithering Crush, Blink Dagger as well. Amplified damage comes through. There's the Fire Remnant, Sleight of Fist going, a lot of damage. Telekinesis on Jay, he's in trouble. Moonlight Shadow going, Phoenix taking a lot of damage, can't grave himself. Now the Rubik's gonna fall as well. Sunstrike in the end. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Triple kill coming out for Jay with the Forge Spirits, doing work. Absolute work, blowing them apart. He'll Midas up in a second, hopefully. Dude, you're Midas, dude. Go Midas, please. Midas. Dude, use your Midas. Alright, thanks. But seriously, though, triple kill with just the Forge Spirits alone. If you were wondering where that damage was from, it was from the Forge. Too much there. They're going to lose a Tier 2 because of it for Sahara. They tried to fight with the Ember Spirit, and even then, it wasn't enough. He's down for 12 seconds. They'll TP up top with Jesse Vash, push that Tier 2 tower top, perhaps. That's the last Tier 2 in the game at 15 minutes in. Great pushing for Mineski. For Sahara, they've got to get something for Phoenix. They've got to get something for Indigo. Ember Spirit's got not a whole lot either. Slaughter with a Blink Dagger is great and all, but there's no follow-up there. And this is the issue. You're still there in Crush, but where's the damage coming from? Yes, the Ember Spirit can dish it out, but it's more of slow, methodical damage, if anything else. And when you have squishy supports, it's not going to help. These supports aren't doing anything. Rubik has Telekinesis. That's about the only thing he can do. other than Fable, which, yes, is a nuke, but still. They'll smoke up the head top. They'll try to find a kill, this time on Jesse Vash, and that might be something. He's got 3,000 gold in the bank. They need a blink. They have one, or not. Telekinesis will be fine. Slithering Crush, amplify damage, the right click for Amazing. Look at the last hit. He does purchase up his Shadow Blade before he dies. Now coming through, the Invoker's here. Indigo in trouble. Spell Stolen doesn't matter. Unstable Concoction, long range. Sunstrike's gonna hit as well. Amazing. Sprinting away. G with Vendetta is pretty speedy as well. Maybe not as speedy. Blink Dagger in his inventory. Wrapping around. Awa hits an arrow. Maybe. No. Blinks away just at the right time from Amazing. An amazing play. Got it. Wait. And they'll continue to push onto this tier 2 tower.
Radiant's
So,
top tower is under attack.
9-1, 16 minutes in. Sahara, they're looking not the best. Cold Snap's gonna go. Arrow's gonna fly. He dodges it. Splits it real quick. Sleight of Fist again. They lose their tier 2 tower. Impale does go, though. Nive's in trouble. Nice Shallow Grave, the first of the game. Unstable Concoction on Phoenix. He might fall next. Arrow not flying through. Still on cooldown for 2 seconds. Weave is up. Unstable was stolen. Gets thrown at Awa. Arrow flies. Hits on Fatali. He's Shikuchi, though, so he's probably okay. Blink, Slithering Crush on Jay. Nice Impale onto 2. Jay may be able to get out of here. Sunstrike flies. Misses on everybody, pretty much. No, he gets it on Rubik. Nice hit. He does fall in the end, though. Moonlight Shadow flying through. Arrow just misses. Blink forward. Slithering Crush going. Now, there's the Sleight of Fist. There's the Searing Change. Doesn't matter. Jay gets a double kill. Again. More damage coming through. Niviz. The Flame Guard doing work on Quay. He might not get out of here. 2 for 2 trade thus far. 3 for 3. Triple kill coming out for the Ember Spirit. They're focusing on the Nature's Prophet. There's going to be the Sprout. Can he TP out? On cooldown for 6 seconds. He'll fall. Flame Guard doing work, plus the right click from Weaver. Now, G, the only one alive. He luckily Vendetta's away. Almost a team wipe. Getting caught out of position. They've almost given Sahara a lead back into this game, but they're still far, far back. 12,000 goalie for Mineski and 5,000 experience lead as well. 3,000 gold in the bank, luckily for Ember Spirit. He's got to pick up something. Desolator might get started soon. So, Awa is going to be going for that Lincoln Sphere right now, just trying to get something done. Luckily, Mirana's not the one that needs the farm necessarily. Invoker's done all the work thus far. He's got a Necro 3 already, plus Midas, plus he's going for an Aghanim Scepter next, it seems, since he has that point booster. Sprout is up, time lapse out from Liberty, getting caught out of position. LTP away. Okay, alright. Down bottom, though, getting caught out. Telekinesis, nice leap away. Sprint still going. Slithering Crush is available. Oh, he missed it! Doesn't matter. Starstorm will secure the kill.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to Sahara in between games 2 and 3, but this is not the same team I remember. Not that it matters. I mean, they've played an excellent series thus far, and they can still take this if it goes long enough, and I keep saying that, but Mirana's not going to be able to outcarry maybe a Weaver and an Ember Spirit. I guess it'd be close. But they're just, you look at the tower difference, and that's really where the tale is told. And the Nature's Prophet's doing work. I mean, Mineski just have such a secure lead in their gold right now. If they continue to Roche and just farm for the next 5 or 10 minutes, they probably take the game at the next Roshan. Get an Aegis up on whatever hero you want it on. Invoker's at 12k net worth, so probably him. He's got bots already. He's got a Necro book already. He's got a point booster already. We talked about it. And he's starting to build into Wex as well. Now that he's got 2 Forged Spirits, and Wex is going to be his next goal. Now maybe getting caught out. G is here with Vendetta. Long duration still. He must have just used it. Nivis might get caught out of position here. Flame Guard is up. It's about to go for a couple of seconds. TP Shadowblade going through. Impale does hit up the right click. Sunstrike as well. Nivis in trouble. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Nivis falls very quickly. And another easy kill. God, I've been... Man. Jay has... This entire series, Jay has been freaking impressive, man. Every single time. And those Sunstrikes are... No question. And it's not necessarily his Sunstrikes. It's the fact that they're lining him up for him with the Impales and the stuns and what have you. But, man, they've been good. Arrow flying through.
Just what are you
Dude,
hiding,
come on. Why
Roshan?
you gotta be like that to Roshan? Come on now. Come on now. Alk with a Force Staff. This is the PPD build, by the way. Talk to PPD, for those of you who don't know, EG player at MLG Columbus. He had the decency to sit and talk with me a lot during the games at MLG Columbus, and he talked about items he would go for Alchemist. He said, listen, you go for Medallion first and then some sort of mobility item. Whether it's Force Staff or Blink Dagger is up to you. I personally like Force Staff is what he said. So, then again, Puppy did this a long time before PPD did, but he just said PPD said that Puppy didn't do it enough. So, not to say PPD's like the OG Alk player. He's quite a good player, though, that PPD, if not a bit of a BMer. It stands for bad manner. Up in the top lane, Jesse Vash continue to push out lanes with Nature's Wrath, and he Shadow Blades. There's a lot of heroes here. Be careful, dude.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
G and Quay are going to back themselves off right now. Oa's here as well. Lincoln Sphere now done at about 21 minutes, maybe a little bit earlier than that. I didn't see quite when she got it. So Oa, pretty good timing for that. Up at the top lane, roaming around. And G's Vendetta looking for potential pickoff here on Amazing or on Liberty. Amplified damage goes through. Moonlight Shadow, Sunstrike on Liberty, boom! He tried to time lapse. You see the animation try to get off. He would have been about back here. Was not the case, though. He got killed. Long range arrow came through, it seems. Trying to go on Indigo right now. Lincoln Sphere's spell was stolen, but it did get Lincoln's impaled. Dead Rubik. Blink away coming out from the Slardar, and if that's how fast your Rubiks die, you're probably in a bit of a bind. I'm just going to throw that out there. You're probably in a bit of a bind. Vendetta going right now for the Nyx Assassin. He's got a gem, too. Dear Lord.
Warriors of the wood.
Arrow flies through. A little bit of an errant arrow.
Tower is under
The tier 3 tower, maybe not long for life. We were up in about 5 seconds. They've got to defend this now. This is the moment of truth. Fade Bolt's going to fly. Tier 3 tower taking a beating. Necro Warrior. Fortification not available. Sleight of Fist. I think Searing Chains went out as well, but not doing much. Tier 3 tower still very low. Jesse Vash maybe waiting for another arrow coming out from Awa. EMP gonna push them back defensively. It's only about level 2 or even level 1 EMP. Jay taking a lot of damage from the tower. Aegis is still up, but he doesn't want to waste it. Tier 3 tower about to fall. Nice arrow. Gonna go onto Nives. And that's not a full duration arrow, but it's still decent.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Raxus are taking a beating. Going down very slowly but surely. Jay at that Aghanim Scepter right now. Gem of True Sight still up on G. Up in that bottom lane. Excuse me, down in the bottom lane. Nature's Prophet. Going for probably a Necrobook next, as you can tell. Sahara. What do they need to do to get back into this? The mech's not even done for Phoenix. It goes back to the draft, and I love watching Dazzle. I love watching Ember. I love watching Slaughter, but this is just maybe not the game for it right now, and they've got to find a way to get back into it. Rubik's level 8, as you can see, 2 levels down from the Alchemist. He's going to get Vendetta. There is that Sentry Ward. Nice telekinesis in time to save his own life. Unstable does go. Indigo maybe in some trouble here. Helping out is going to be the Slaughter. Sunstrike's going to go through. That'll blow him up. G taking a beating himself. Might be a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Amazing still going. He's got to break off pursuit. Fire Remnant came through, not on the side of the trees, however. Unstable Concoction flying, hitting on Phoenix right now. Arrow hitting a creep. Searing Chains going. Quay in trouble. Chemical Rage was up, but not enough to save his life. Owl getting chased down. Fire Remnant. Now they're turning it around. Owl getting caught out. 2-for-1 trade. Invoker's still alive. Slithering Crush on him. Amplified damage is going to go. And Pale misses. Nice miss. Jay in trouble. There's the cold snap. Aegis is down. Can they get another one is the question. Desolator is up for Nivi. He can turn this around. Jay maybe in trouble. Searing Chain's going through again. Sleight of Fist already used. He's got to back off. Blink. Slithering Crush. Now Shadow Wave. There's the Sleight of Fist. They get him. 62 seconds for him to be dead essentially, and all of a sudden they get 3 quick kills. Then it goes back in it. They've got to defend mid, however. They also are doing okay after that kill. They're doing okay. They're still down quite a bit, 15,000, almost 20,000 gold, and 7,500 experience, but that's something to build off of, at least, at the very
Radiant's middle
least.
barracks are under attack.
What an exciting turn. Oh. Let's see here. That's an ogre club and almost the start of a BKB after that ogre club. That's why? Bracer Gaming, guys. Hashtag Bracer Gaming. Chrysalis is done on the Ember, at least. I mean, I'm impressed. Nivus has gotten a lot of farm despite being shut out in that mid lane, getting killed a couple of times. He's got 3 deaths to his name. He's not doing too bad. His last hits right now, 129. He's farming more kills than anything else. Mineski's still well in control of this game, though. Definitely not time for them to panic. Like I said, just keep waiting for Aegises and keep waiting for Roshans. They didn't get it done this time around, but next one will be Cheese and Aegis. So that'll be up, who knows when. Top lane, Jesse Vash getting caught out. Got Slytherin, but he Shadowbladed immediately. Owl gets a kill in the mid lane on Ember Spirit, and just as I was singing his praises, he gets caught out and unfortunately he dies. Plop, plop, plop. So Jesse Vash going to TP back home. Or to the bottom lane, mid lane, excuse me, and try to push. Weaver, sitting out of Lincoln's, his next item, not sure. Starstorm, exposed Raxes without an Ember Spirit, he's got to buy back. There's no fortification, TP's going to come through. Ember's here ready to go, they have to back off. Satisfied with the fact that the Ember Spirit brought back, they decided to say, okay, we're good. We're good to go. That's it. Lincoln Sphere up in the Ember right now. The Weaver's actually done more of that on his own heroes than himself. He's not really used the Lincolns for himself, really. It's just been kind of placed on ally heroes. So Owl, realizing maybe he doesn't have enough farm, goes for the Desolator next. And this build is okay. Preferably, I would like something like a Daedalus, like a Maelstrom into a Daedalus or something like that. Phase Drum also. I really like getting Drum on this hero. If you go for phase, you need some sort of attack speed and a bit of extra stats, and I think Drum's what really gives you that. So, not to say it's wrong, but Smoke Egg does come out right now from Amazing Phoenix, Fatali, Niviz, as well as Indigo. All 5 of them even are looking for somebody. They just 2 ships in a night, maybe passing by Jay. How unfortunate. Owl, realizing they're all off the map, gets caught up and says, let's stay up in the jungle right now, not get caught out of position. Quay as well as G sitting around here. Acid sprays up. They're going to try to farm this Ancient stack, and that'll give them a little bit of an influx in gold for these supports, so... Oh my god! Oh, holy crap! Oh! How? How? My goodness. This man is a god. So, Daz is down for about 15 seconds after that little bit of an embarrassing spill he took. TP's going to come through from Jesse Vash. They're going to keep pushing into this set of Raxes. Tier 3 tower doesn't exist anymore. Flimgard, a bit prematurely coming up from the Ember Spirit. He can do some damage. They've got to be careful with that. Like, he can dish it out, if anything. Sleight of Fist going once again. Spell was stolen. What was it this time? Vendetta. Nice spell to steal. Now the Desolator, however, is done for Awa, and this is where it's going to get tricky. To deal with all of the Invoker's abilities, to deal with Vendetta, all of that stuff, but Awa having Desolator is even worse now. Lincoln Sphere broken. Necronomicon Warrior up in the front lines, doing a lot of work to this. It's about to fall. I'm not sure who will fall too. Impale going through, hitting on Phoenix. He's in trouble. Blink Vendetta. Easy kill coming through from the Nyx Assassin. Melee Rax falls. Arrow just missing on that Weaver. Just backing off. Deafening Blast and the Meteor also missing. But it's a set of Rax going for Mineski nonetheless. No defense coming out as the Dazzle is dead. Unstable Concoction getting charged. They throw it on the Ember, taking a lot of damage. There's the right clicks coming through, just barely surviving. Slithering Crush went. Tornado goes as well. Arrow flying through. I don't think that's going to hit. The right clicks onto the Slaughter. He'll fall. 2 down now. There's the Hex of Delivery. Can they take him down before it gets back up? Yes, certainly they can. Double kill for Awa. Unstable on Indigo. No Sunstrike this time. Not on point, but that's okay. Back then, Weaver bought back. Arrow flying through, hits on Amazing. G, Vendetta up, I believe, but he's also amplified. They got that true sight. Right click coming through from the Mirana, doing work on amazing. Shallow Grave, nicely timed. They'll back off. Dead.
You and I. Dark light. Shadow wave.
Deafening blast on the Viz. Sleight of Fist goes once again. They're holding on for dear life, and this is really what Sahara has done in the past 2 games. They had that, actually 3 games, because they had that really good comeback. But with one set of racks down, this is tough. This is tough for anybody. Blink, Slithering Crush. If they get J, this is huge. No Force Staff. Yes, it is a Force Staff. Unstable Concoction on the backside. Amazing with sprint. Still chasing. Wex move speed. Not fast enough. Not fast enough, says Slaughter. He takes the kill. They get back. They get something. They want even more with the Necro and Forge Spirits. Boom. Backlash damage. Nature's Prophet, though, getting a kill on Indigo.
I remember now
No. Oh,
what
no.
I was about.
Oh, he did it again! He did it again! No! Unbelievable. This man is a god.
Immortality.
Oh, I heard the Sunstrike and I'm like, please don't hit that. I didn't see where it was, and he hit it. Oh, goodness gracious me. Teleport coming out from Nature's Prophet with the Scythe of Eyes up ready to go. Cannot find Libera. He'll TP out of there. Nobody around here. Vendetta's going. They're spending a lot of time looking for a Weaver that's not existing in this area, so I cannot believe he's 2 for 2 on those amazing Sunstrikes, man. I'll tell you what. Jay. You've gained a fan, my friend. I think you've gained many fans, in fact. And here we go. Maybe the death push coming out. Mineski looking forward to trying to take in the set of racks. No tier 3 here. Has already been taken down, in fact. Alacrity, Necro Archer, arrow flying through, not hitting anybody, I don't believe. Weaver using his swarm real quick just to hit up on Awa. Only on Awa, in fact. Melee Rack's about to go down. Vase takes the backlash damage. He's got to go home and heal up real quick, but while that's happening, they've got to fortify. Still ready to go. Both sides ready to fight at a moment's notice. Starstorm goes. Here goes the Ember. Sleight of Fist. Nobody else initiating. 4-step forward. Tornado. Hitting on the Dazzle. Hitting on the Rubik. Deafening Blast. Meatball. Taking a lot of that damage. Nice Shallow Grave. Hex is up on Amazing. Taking an Unstable and an Impale. Double Impale. Indigo is low. The right click from Vendetta is enough. Melee Rex is gone. G may be in some trouble. Sprouted up. 4-staffed out. There's going to be the Shadow Wave as well. Leap away. Cold Snap. Impale again. Ember. Shallow Grave once more. Keeping him alive. Unstable and Libera. Can he go down? Can he survive? They both fall. Amazing. Still alive. Pushing them back. Mirana's dead. Right click should be enough, and it is. Jay Ghost walks away. Shikuchi, Swarm. Does it hit? No. Swarm and Shikuchi not enough to get the kill on Jay. He'll minus 2. He'll minus 2 before he gets away. All while that's happening, Jesse Vash working on the tier 3 tower top. They lose the melee racks. No range racks dead yet down in this bottom lane, but all more towards the victory of Mineski. 20,000 gold lead, almost 25,000. 10,000 experience lead, and all the tier 3's gone. Impale misses. Hex up. Impale just hits. There's the Sunstrike. Gets him again. Jay's on point, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a sniper, Jay's the guy to call. He goes in with the Tornado right now. Phoenix, Deafening Blast. He's most certainly done. No, maybe. Shallow Grave's up. Unstable Concoction flying as well. That'll hit, just keeping him in place. Shallow Grave about to wear off, and it does. Nature's Prophet gets the kill. Raxus are gone. GG. Mineski comes back down from 1-0 to win the series 2-1. And Jay, the most valuable player in any series I've seen. Unbelievable. Well, it's been a pleasure casting for you this evening, everybody. I had so much fun for SEA Dota, and of course, thank you so much to BTS, LD, Gods, and everybody over there for letting me cast this series. A lot of fun to cast. Wasn't feeling too good for the second game. Feeling great for the third and first one, however. Hope you guys had a lot of fun, as I sure did. If you enjoyed my casting, make sure you go ahead and follow me at twitter.com/montdota2. Twitter.com/montdota2. And my Twitch is the same exact thing, twitch.tv/montdota2. Hopefully I have some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. If you are a fan of American Dota, I do a lot of that, including the ADL. Hopefully that comes around soon. Make sure you keep watching here on BTS. A lot of fun to have had. And yeah, any comments, criticisms, concerns, shout-outs, please, for me, send them in chat. I'll stick around a little bit of time. Talk to you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a good night, everybody. Take it easy.